but earlier than. And EU gives significance at the moment to the 5 EU missions listed here. The adaptation to climate change, supporting at least 150 regions to become climate resilient. To cancer, working with Europe's Beating Cancer plan to improve the lives of more than 3 million people. Restoring our oceans and waters by 2030, 100 climate neutral and smart cities, and a soil deal for Europe. So these are the 5 EU missions, and we are tackling with the 4th one here. So 100 climate neutral and smart cities. So what's the goal of this mission overall? So it's to achieve climate neutrality. And climate neutrality is balancing emissions so that they achieving net zero by balancing emissions so that they are equal to the emissions removed through absorption. And the main objectives of this mission are to deliver 100 climate neutral and smart cities by 2030, to ensure that these cities act as the lighthouse, as the experimentation and innovation hub that all the other European cities will follow to achieve their goals by 2050. And is the cross-sectoral approach that places the citizen and stakeholders to the center and leads to the co-creation of the process. The timeline of the whole process is depicted here in this slide. And we started working in November 2021, when the official launch of the call for expression of interest, when the call for the expression of interest officially launched. So the municipality approached the cluster by economy and environment and gave us the opportunity to lead this proposal that was submitted in January 2022. After 3 months, almost at the end of April 2022, we had the successful results that Kozani is selected as one of the 100 climate neutral and smart cities by 2030. And since then, until September 2023, we worked on the climate city contract of Kozani, but officially that was officially submitted in September 2023. And now we are expecting for the positive feedback from the EU to start working on this approved climate city contract. As you can understand, the project is quite complex, from being a polluted a city with a lot of pollutants, a lot of CO2, to go to climate neutral, to climate neutrality in almost 7 years. It's a huge project, and a lot of effort has been done. So the climate city contract comprises of 3 inextricably linked parts: the part of commitments, the part of climate action plan, and the part of the investment plan, that are separate and at the same time one. So 3 teams have worked focusing on these parts. For the part of commitment, the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, and more specifically the Law School of Aristotle University. For the climate action plan, the University of Western Macedonia, the Center of Research and Technology, LAS, and the Engineering Department of the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. And for the investment plan, FCNC, Financial Advisors, and a consultancy company. The role of Cluj was to coordinate all this effort horizontally, and at the same time to communicate all events with the citizens, so that the co-design takes place. The climate city contract of Kozani has 5 main fields of action: energy, mobility and transport, waste and circular economy, green infrastructure, and smart city. Each of them, as you can understand, has a contribution related to the emissions. And energy and mobility and transport are the sectors that contribute the most to emissions, so they have to be reduced. So the measures taken lead to an emissions reduction of approximately 61% to the energy sector, and approximately to 18 of the mobility and transport sector, whereas the other three sectors have only smaller contributions due to the fact that they are horizontally sometimes part of the other main contributors, or because these contributions are softer. So I mean, of course, smart city interventions are part of the energy, and of course they are not of they have to do with a holistic approach and not with a reduction itself. And you can see also the cost allocation related to these reductions, and of course energy and mobility accounts for the majority of the costs. Now, I would like to delve a little bit into the details of each field of action so that I can give you a better picture. And more specifically, the field of action of energy has 4 subfields of action, namely renewable energy generation. And of course, there are other actions below this subfield: the greening of district heating system, energy efficient buildings, smart energy systems, with numerous actions, each of them. The field of action of mobility and transport has to deal with the introduction of alternative fuel in transportation, with the upgrade of the public transportation systems and urban logistics, with the collecability and cycling strategy, the introduction of new technologies to mobility, the infrastructure upgrades, and always with incentives and citizen engagement. While at the same time, waste and circular economy deal with sorting and source enhancement and recycling, the certification of green procurements, and awareness raising campaigns. Green infrastructure deals mainly with education of farmers on new energy efficient machines and irrigation technologies, while at the same time deals with improvement of life quality, understanding and meeting citizens' needs. Regarding smart city, there are also some subfields of action related to digital organization and management platform for internal procedures of the municipality, the development of a smart city guide for tourists and local people, an application related to electronic appointments of the municipality, and a smart city platform. But all of this would not be possible if we didn't engage the whole local society. And this is what makes our Climate City contract innovative, as we see our unique selling point to be the co-design with the citizens, with local authorities, with small and medium enterprises, investors, regional authorities, national and European authorities. So what has been done in the last months has been very intense, with a lot of meetings with each of these categories to hear them, to listen to their problems, and also address them in the Climate City contract. Bear in mind that these huge interventions cannot be made, cannot be turned into reality if we don't have all of these people or these categories of people with us in the contract. And a very crucial point also for our process has been the awareness raising of future citizens, because we anticipate that our efforts will have the major contribution only if we go and educate the young generation that tomorrow will be the future citizens. So we have created an education program for primary schools of the region of Western Macedonia, explaining them how Kozani, the municipality of Kozani, will be climate resilient, a climate resilient society for the future. So we started from the primary school that in almost 10 or 7 to 10 years will be adults. So they will be the future, and it's of major importance for us. And here you can see some pictures of our work done all these years, all this time, with workshops, with meetings with the Chamber of Commerce here in Kozani, visiting schools in classrooms, visiting the citizens in the central square where we educate them and create innovative games with children so that they understand what climate neutrality is. To conclude with my presentation, I would like to give you an overview of our transition team on how we are going to work from now on onwards. And the municipality of Kozani have created the Kozani's development organization, KDO, that will be in the center of the whole process from now on, where there will be a mission manager, secretariat, and all the signatories of the Climate City contract can participate. And this organization will be fed directly from the Citizens Committee, a committee dedicated to citizens, listening to their problems and bringing them to the KDO, to the stakeholders, and of course to a monitoring and review mechanism that will be an ongoing procedure from now on to monitor the project and to put it on track in case that there are time deviations. And thank you very much. And of course, if there are questions afterwards, I'm more than glad to answer them.
Okay, thank you, Vasilis. The questions, you can put them in the chat, and then we can go back to them at the end of all the presentations. Thank you very much for that presentation.
You're welcome. I thank you also for the opportunity.
Thank you. Now over to Apostolos. I'm just going to make you a presenter. 2 seconds, please. Okay, so you should be able to present, share your screen. That's it, I can see it.
Okay.
That's fine. You're on full screen, yeah.
My name is Apostolos Akrafiotis. I'm a mechanical engineering, and I'm an energy coordinator of the municipality of Kozani. The municipality of Kozani is a pioneering local authority in environmental and energy management issues, and has demonstrated a strong will to dynamically move forward in the field of RES and energy saving policies. The city entered the Covenant of Mayor in 2011, and they set target for CO2 emissions reduction for 2020. The municipality of Kozani achieved an outstanding 33% reduction compared to the base year of the 2010. And go to the some recent actions of the buildings. The first climatic school complex with RES and technologies is open 2 years now in Kozani. This building installation of PV panels on rooftops for further energy optimization, aimed at enabling schools to be more energy efficient. The next project was the energy upgrade for 3 school buildings. The budget of this project was 400,000 euros. The next project is the construction of integrated kindergarten with the users in ZEP area. This the status of this project completed. The next project is about the supply and installation of heating and cooling building management. And after the installation of the BMS system in the building, it is expected to save 20% of the energy. This project about the energy upgrade of 13 school buildings. The budget of this project is approximately 4 million euros, and this project is completed. The derivation of this project is the installation of a smart thermostat, installation of BMS, replacement old lighting with LED lighting, and installation of external insulation. The current energy was G energy class, and now after the intervention and renovation of the buildings, the building is energy category B. Until the summer, the municipality of Kozani will proceed with a tender for the assignment of a study regarding the energy upgrade of 18 school buildings. This project, installation of PV station 32 school buildings of total power of 365 kilowatt, and the status of this project is completed. Some of future actions of the buildings. First, energy upgrade of the indoor swimming pool of the municipality of Kozani. The last week, the municipality of Kozani signed the contract with the contractor, and the study was funded by Stardust. The next project is the energy upgrade of the Lapio indoor swimming pool. The next month, this project is completed. The derivation of this project are installation 200 of solar thermal collector square meters, yes, installation of heat pump, installation of building management system, and replacement the old lighting with LED lighting. After the derivation, the energy category of this building will category C. Also, the next month, the municipality of Kozani will proceed with tender for the energy upgrade for the indoor sports hall of Lefkovicis. The budget of this project is 2 million euros, and energy upgrade of the buildings according with the national energy efficiency regulation of buildings. Looking to the future, the municipality of Kozani established on October 2020 the first energy community at local governmental. Members of The energy community is municipality of Kozani, the IACO, the Adima, Ecovendarios Municipal Library of Kozani, and primary and secondary education communities. The municipality of Kozani will install a 7 megawatt photovoltaic station with aim to cover the energy needs of the municipality of Kozani with energy virtual net metering. The ultimate goal is to achieve 100% coverage of the energy needs of the municipality with the use of RES. The next month I will proceed with an international tender to select the constructor who will undertake the construction. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Apostolos. Thanks for that. Again, if you have any questions as we go along, just put them into the chat. So thanks for that. So we've had the two presentations on Kozani, which is one of the follower cities of Stardust. And now we turn our sights to Romania for Cluj-Napoca. And so we have Zoltan Corian, who is, I think, ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, you managed to join. I'm just making you a presenter, just a couple of seconds. Okay, you should be able to share your screen now.
You should see my screen.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, it's okay.
Yes, it's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hi, I am Zoli Corayan. I am the manager of the Cluj Metropolitan Area Association. Our association is comprised of Cluj municipality and 19 nearby communes. According to the last census data, we have 411,000 inhabitants. In reality, we are talking about little less than 1/2 million inhabitants in the metropolitan area. 2/3 of this population is living in the municipality, the other 1/3 in the communes nearby Cluj-Napoca municipality. As you see, we have 1,600 square kilometers, so pretty big or medium area. We are on the Western Carpathian in the Transylvania Plateau, on the western, northwestern part of Romania. We are informally known as the capital of Transylvania. And we are the second biggest city of Romania, which brings challenges about which I will talk later. Other few words, we are working for more than 15 years with a lot of areas of involvement, such as social inclusion, affordable housing, energy efficiency, smart cities, urban regeneration, prevention of violence against women, later inclusion of Ukrainian refugees, and almost every area of the current and everyday issues which we are talking about in a modern city. About the Stardust projects and energy efficiency, we defined a few objectives at the metropolitan level. These objectives are to reduce by 55% the CO2 emission by 2030 and assuring 50% energy production from regenerable sources. For this, we elaborated a few strategies about which I will talk later. But also we made some public policies. A few of them are on this slide. Last year, we banned all the individual heating system, domestic hot water and heating system for residential buildings. So every new residential building has to be connected to district or neighborhood heating installations. We have public policies to encourage near zero energy buildings, and we are supporting the usage of high efficiency heat pumps and cogenerative engines. Also, we try to identify solutions to prevent the formation of so-called heat island and eliminations of the heat islands. I will talk about those also later. For long term, one of our directions is the utilization of hydrogen for public transportation. As I told you also in our last presentation, until 2013, all of the internal combustion engine buses for public transportation will be out of use, and we will have just electric and hydrogen driven public buses. To achieve our objectives, we have some policies. As I said, we have tax reduction for green buildings. Basically, we are using two standards, the BREEAM and the LEED standards, and we have up to 50% tax reduction for buildings which fulfill the highest level of those certifications. We have a strategic partnership with the Technical University for Energetic Management at the municipality level. We have energy efficiency component for each new rehabilitation, for each new building rehabilitated, and have the green building standards for all education facilities. We also started the rehabilitation wave, renovation wave and rehabilitation wave. This means that we started with about 15 years ago the rehabilitation of all the public and privately owned buildings in the municipality. Regarding the housing, the apartment blocks, we finished until now. This data which you see in the slide are from 2021. So now we finished the 99 blocks already, which were started until 2021, and we are in the middle of the next 100 blocks, which comprise another 40,000 apartments. The issue is that all those apartment blocks represented just about 25% of the old communist blocks which needs rehabilitation. Here we have some challenges, like not all the owners want to participate to the renovation. Also, we have a lot of closed balconies without authorization, and all those has to be eliminated during the new thermal rehabilitation, and that's why a lot of owners doesn't want to participate on those rehabilitation programs. But we are still continuing, and we always have in the chain, the waiting chain, a lot of blocks who wish and who will follow up the next thermal rehabilitations. About the smart buildings for energy efficiency. All the public buildings which are renovated or rehabilitated will follow a deep renovation project, which means the complete energy efficiency, the rebuilding of all the energy efficiency solutions of those buildings. Basically, from about 7 or 8 years, we started to renew and to rebuild, to regenerate, renovate the public schools. About 3 or 4 public schools yearly. Now we have 12 projects completed, and other 30 projects in different stages of implementation. Those renovations are prepared after public contests with the architects and with the population of Cluj about the solutions which have to be implemented. Also regarding the public buildings, the Cluj-Napoca Municipal Hospital, the only hospital which belongs to the municipality, is also fulfilled a deep renovation project, which comprise all the energy-related aspects. On 7 new schools and buildings, which where was possible, we implemented renewable energy production solutions. Basically, we built over 2.5 megawatts installed power now for photovoltaic panels. And also last year, the Cluj Energy Cluster finished another project with a 1 megawatt research photovoltaic park. Is the only research photovoltaic park in Europe, which has a double goal. The first goal is to produce energy for the municipality buildings, and the second goal is to provide data and a living lab for all the entities who wants to test solutions, who wants real-time data to see how different solution works in the real economy, how the panels, let's say, aged, how they work on different temperatures, data which are usually not available from the producers. In this park, anyone can come to install their own solutions regarding, I don't know, photovoltaic panels, wind turbines, or software solutions, battery management systems, and different storage solutions. Anyone can come to install their own equipment or solutions and to see how they work in real time. In the same time, all the energy is used by the municipality. I told that we finished we finished 12 schools until now, which fulfill the total renovation procedure. One of those are the Onisifor Ghibu High School in Cluj, which is the biggest school by number of pupils. We have 33 classrooms, 9 laboratories, gym, and all of those was equipped with a BMS system. The school has photovoltaic and solar panels for energy and for hot water production, and is the first school in Romania certified by the BREEAM standard, as I told you earlier. Also, this is the first public school in Romania which has a real-time radon measurement system, and the ventilation system is driven by real-time data regarding the temperature, the humidity, the oxygen content, and the radon content of the air in the interior spaces. Regarding the steps which are made by the municipality regarding the climate neutrality, we started the first steps in 2015 when we was designed as the European Youth Capital. During this program, we had the first steps, the first public policies regarding the climate neutrality, regarding circularity, regarding everything which means ecology and climate neutrality. In 2017, we managed to form a Center for Civic Innovation and Imagination. This is a public space where all the stakeholders in Cluj may meet, and usually we have at least three or four meetings each week with different aspects regarding public policies and all the all the public issues we have in Cluj. Those meetings are with stakeholders, with citizens, regarding all the aspects of a working city. In 2020, we reached the final in the competition of European Capital of Innovation. Unfortunately, we lose against Leuven from Belgium. So we were just the second in Europe for this position. In 2022, we restructured the Center of Innovation and Civic Imagination, and we integrated an urban innovative division. That means that from that moment, we have work groups with all the stakeholders and knowledge holders, like universities, like industry from different areas of activities. Those work groups are of different aspects of the city development, like energy, like transportation, like smart transformation, medical issues, education, and so on and so on. So we have, as I know, about 13 work groups for different aspects of the how the city works, and in all the public new public policies, these groups are which gave the knowledge and specific information regarding their area of expertise. Also, we are part of Net Zero Cities. We secured the 1.5 million euros funding through the Net Zero Cities project, and we are also part of 100 carbon neutral cities, exactly like Kozani. We attained to achieve the climate neutral and smart city label. Meantime, we gained this this label, and now we are seen as a climate neutral and smart city in Europe. To fulfill our objectives, as I said in the first slides, we elaborated during the last years a few strategies. All of these strategies you've seen here have a component regarding the climate neutrality. The first and most important is the integrated urban development strategy for 2020 and 2013. The other most important is the urban mobility planning for Cluj-Napoca metropolitan area, also for that period. Both those strategies are basically the leaders and the drivers for all the other strategies, and comprise all the programs and all the targets we have for climate neutrality. After that, we elaborated the Sustainable Energy and Climate Action Plan, the District Heating Strategy, Air Quality Improvement Plan for Cluj-Napoca administration, and the Digital Transformation Strategy of Cluj-Napoca. And I will talk now a little bit about the challenges, which I will talk later, because as you see, some of those strategies are for Cluj-Napoca as the municipality, and some of those are for the metropolitan area. And here is our, let's say, one of the biggest challenges, that when we talk about climate, about air quality, we have no borders nearby the municipality of Cluj-Napoca. So to work all those strategies and to have a real life outcome, we have to use these strategies and to extend those to the whole metropolitan area and even outside the metropolitan area. And our challenge as a Metropolitan Area Association is to duplicate all of those strategies, all of those standards, which are not for the whole metropolitan area to whole metropolitan area. And as I said, we have 19 other communes with about 115,000 inhabitants. who we are working with to implement all those plans, all those strategies, all those targets to also to the metropolitan area. And here we have the problem, or not we, but those municipalities have the problem with the financing, because the financing for a small community is totally different than has the municipality. And here is our role in all this construction, to help them to implement and to find financing sources and everything needed to implement also the same standards in whole metropolitan area. To go to the real life and what we done, we have the energy performance standard for new buildings, which we defined according to BREEAM and LEED standards to can have that 15% tax reduction, as we said. For that, we have the fiscal incentives for those certified green and green buildings. Yes, we have an energy improvement program. We have a walkable city and the green city program. Those two programs are the programs which the car owners hate the most, because year by year we restricted the access and the accessibility with cars in the downtown, in the city center, by narrowing the roads and making more and more dedicated lanes for public transportation. So the transportation with own cars became less and more hard, and the time spent in traffic with own cars it's increasing. That's why a lot of citizens are not very satisfied, but others who understand what those transformations means, what means a green city, what means a walkable city, all of those are satisfied. We also made at local level, at municipality level, an innovation experiment fund with which the municipality is funding different projects, local projects, and also the municipality give the access for the municipality infrastructure for a living lab. Usually anyone has a good proposal, gain access to public infrastructure to can test their solutions. We have annual participatory budgeting sessions for more than 2.5 million euros each year, which with the citizen can came and have proposal for different projects. And we have with the stakeholders an annual innovation camps, a 3-day event when all the stakeholders get in one weekend task, and we have to come to with solutions for the public issues. I will try to be shorter. We have the first metropolitan GIS database from Romania. One of our layers is a GIS database with rooftop solar potential program implemented with the World Bank, in which with each rooftop we have the exact solar potential during 1 year. We have the map with heat islands, the urban heat islands, which we have to access and to address to minimize those heat islands. The main gaps and barriers related to process is inefficient legislation on public procurement, where the green solutions are not has not the needed component in the final scoring for public procurement. So even now the price, usually the prices are the main leader for the public procurements. The policy tools are not sufficient based on scientific evidence. Basically, we have outdated technical legislation, which is not in turn with the current solutions and technical development. Resource flow, as all over Europe, the capacity of different private contractors to deliver in time and the grid quality is a problem, and also It's a problem, the rising of the prices of the building materials and availability of new solutions and the know-how of the suppliers. Related to the funds, the high inflation reported recently in the last years always increased the prices of the ongoing projects. We saw the municipalities need to rediscuss the prices with the contractors. The challenges are delays in finalizing the work due to those which I said, usually the specialized workforce and the availability of building materials. And the last weeks, last month, also the terms of delivery because of the problems of the Red Sea, and all the suppliers gave notifications that the supply time increased with a month or even more. The action plan from Cluj-Napoca said that we have to modernize all the other public buildings. Until 2013, at least 15 public buildings, nursing, kindergarten, and schools to be renovated to improve the quality of public services, which is a normal issue, and reduce the carbon dioxide emission by 5,000 tons regarding or compared to 2021. Okay, from what we learned from Stardust, we started this program, Stardust 7 years ago, 6 years ago. A lot of things changed in the real world. So we learned a lot of things from Stardust, and we learned a lot of things from the real life during this year. But as my colleague from Kozani said, the most important issues are the involvement of the stakeholders and of the population. We cannot fulfill our goals if the population doesn't understand what are those goals and why those are, and to be involved in the changing of their lifestyle and their usually habit. We need also a strong political commitment, and we have the luck that the municipality of Cluj-Napoca and also a lot of municipalities of the communes are committed to reach our goals. And we learned how to make design for new buildings. In all those strategies we are talked about are also implemented information we gained from Stardust. And information from Stardust are part of the strategic roadmap to achieve climate neutrality by 2013. Thank you. Sorry that in the last minute I was very rushed, but I want to reach in time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Zoltan. Well, it was a very complete presentation, so thank you very much for preparing that. I'm just looking at the question boxes here, and we've got a couple of questions, and I think, Zoltan, you've answered at least partially. The first question is, what were the barriers to implementing the renovation actions for municipal buildings? So perhaps you could say a couple of words on that, and I will put the question also to Kozani.
The problem is for municipality buildings that, let's say, half of those buildings are in the downtown, which is historical heritage and are protected areas. And on those buildings, we cannot use the modern solutions, or we can use them, but in other ways. So let's say we cannot make an external heat insulation, but just internal one. All the materials which we have to use are special materials, so the cost rises very much. And also the suppliers and construction companies who can work on these buildings are limited. So the costs are very high. With the same money, with the same resources, which we can rehabilitate a historic building owned by the municipality, we can renovate 3 or 4 buildings which are in the, let's say, newer neighborhoods, which are outside historical heritage.
Yeah, okay, so choices have to be made really. Yeah. Perhaps we could extend this same question to our colleagues from Kozani. If you can turn your webcams on, please, Vasilis and Apostolos. Can you just be nice to see you there? So I think perhaps the same question to you guys in Kozani. So what are the barriers to implementing the renovation in municipal buildings?
Apostolos, will you go ahead or?
Yes, Vasilis, please go ahead, because Apostolos had to jump to an internal meeting in the municipality of Kozani. So please, if you can answer this question. Thank you so much, Vasilis.
I can speak only from my experience related to the municipality, because Apostolos is working for the municipality, but
Sure.
we see similar problems, and not mainly due to the heritage, etc., but mainly to the funding of these buildings. So I mean, municipal tenders are different than the private ones, and they are related to the national government, and national government, for example, has some funds for each municipality, and then you have to go and ask for them, and they are not available all the time, and not for the amount of the interventions that probably you require. But as far as I am concerned, I think that the municipal buildings are at the moment in Kozani at a very good level. So I mean, the main problem seems to be the private buildings for us, due to the large amount of them, so large number of buildings, and due to the many owners mainly, and the funding that each of them needs. If you see, also from what Apostolos presented, the majority of the municipal buildings are either on a good track, or they are about to be renovated in the next year. So the main problem are the private buildings for us.
Okay, now if we could stay with you, because we have another question that's specifically directed to Kozani. How were different stakeholders engaged in the schedule and the implementation of energy upgrade works?
So as I explained in my presentation, we had an holistic approach, putting the citizen in the center, so that we create or co-design the climate city contract with the citizens, by the citizens, and for the citizens. That means that we had a lot of info days and information campaigns in the central square, in circumstances where a lot of people could participate. For example, in a national event, where a lot of people are in the city square, we have been also there informing them to find the ones that are really interested, so that we can form our citizens committee, etc. So we inform also key stakeholders about what is going to happen in the next years, and we put them in categories: key stakeholders, stakeholders, etc. And especially with the key ones, we had some rounds of discussions to, first of all, understand their needs and their requirements. Afterwards, to put them down, form some questions. Then we came back for another round, try to delve into their thoughts, etc., and then formalize some ideas, so that they can participate in the climate city contract. I mean, we formalize their needs in the climate city contract, so that they are aligned with them, and they are more than glad to participate, of course. Let's say we have a company that transports or responsible for the urban transportation, that would like to participate in climate neutrality projects, but asks for funding and asks, okay, hydrogen bus costs a lot of money. How am I supposed to achieve the funding of it? Okay, let's find a way. If this type of funding is there, then I will participate in the contract. So this kind of approach has been used, and with this we managed to have a lot of signatories in the Climate City contract.
Okay, thank you. I've got a question that comes to mind sort of regarding the Stardust project in itself, because you represent follower cities. So to what extent have you learnt things from the lighthouse cities, and what sort of level has that been on? Is that more of a sort of like a policy strategic level, or has it been more on a technical level? I mean, that's a question for both of you, but perhaps I could ask Zoltan to answer for Cluj.
Tough question, Mark, because as I said, it's an ongoing program, an ongoing project for about 7 years. So we met in 2017, 2018 first time. We also have in the same time a lot of other projects regarding the same issues: urban regeneration, carbon neutrality, and so on, so on. So we get from all those projects different informations and different models for public policies, how to approach different issues. And I can say that also regarding technical issues, I remember that we had the first discussion about technical discussions about electric buses in Finland, as I remember well, because they had 3 buses at the same time. We were about to get on the same time, and we get some information from them regarding their usage in cold weather. So we get also technical information. We get also administrative models, let's say.
Okay. Would you like to add anything to that, Vasilis?
I'm not 100% responsible for Stardust inside. Of course, I am aware of some information about it, so I cannot 100% explain how exactly we tackle these issues. But normally, the way we approach them is a twofold approach. So, I mean, of course, you look at what the lighthouse cities do in terms of policies and try to engage your citizens so that they accept these policies in the next years. And of course, at the same time, you focus on the good works, the good projects implemented in the lighthouses so that you can take ideas. And as far as I'm concerned, we do have some such additions in our Climate City contracts. Let's say things that we have seen or projects that we have seen in other lighthouse cities from Stardust discussed and will be added or will be part of the Climate City contract. So.
Okay, well, thank you very much to both of you, and also to Apostolos, who had to leave for another meeting. And it's quite good because the Stardust follower cities, you know, you've been selected as part of the EU climate neutral mission, which is a good achievement. And so we can really see sort of things happening here. Thanks once again. Just before we leave, just a quick reminder. So next Thursday, in 2 days' time, we've got another webinar, which is on the Smart City Matrix. So that's about assessing how to assess the impact of innovative technology in the Stardust cities. So that's at 11 o'clock Central European time on this coming Thursday. And like I said at the beginning of the webinar, we've got the final event in Pamplona on the 28th and 29th of February. Thank you very much, and well, goodbye, and perhaps see you at the next webinar. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you also for having us here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.